Hello there, Sark. Give me a second, I'm setting everything up. Also, like, my voice is not good. You're rolling. Oh shit. Good luck, dude. Hope it all goes well. Is it? I am literally fucking, dying right now. Gotta stay. Getting sick is not fun. I would not recommend. You're out of the town. Gotta keep yourself healthy. I try, okay? Shush. Shush. My antibodies are doing the best at it. Yeah, tends to happen. Congratulations. Oh, hey there, T. Welcome. How's it going? Been a minute. How much I am aware of. A fucking goof. Huggy. Ah! I guess in a second I'll see if it actually featured me. I hope the music's running properly. lower the background music a little bit because it's way too loud. Wow. I'm still working on my guitar cover. Nice, nice. Hope it goes well. Alright, so let me explain to you guys what I'm working on here. Question, do you mean that you don't understand because you can't read? It's because it's too small or because you can't read code? Let me know because that's kind of important. Change my fonts. These editor fonts. Okay. So this is Katane, which is my my programming language. I've currently been working on it. Suffer. Hear me rant. So I'm working on my own programming language, which is called Katane. And currently I am working on implementing property, like static properties, static methods, getters, setters, and I'm also working on adding oh yeah, privacy shit, you know, private access. So currently I was here, okay, so this is a function defined method. So what it does is it takes the VM, right? And it also takes buy a new mic. Why? Why should I buy a new mic? I have my trusty Logitech Guitar Hero microphone. Okay, as I was saying, I have this function, it's just called define method, and its whole purpose is just to, as it implies, to define a class method. Sometimes when you speak, it's gibberish. No it isn't. You just have to improve your listening comprehension. But yeah, define method's purpose is to define a class's mesh method. So yeah, you essentially have the class and you have the method as a closure, and all it does is it sticks it inside of the class's method table. Actually, I can show definition. Beautiful. It says fuck you. There we go. So a class has a constructor, has an array of method names, which I am going to be using later. You know, exposing a bit of it. we have tables for methods and for properties, but we also have two separate tables for static methods and static properties. And then we have a table of Boolean values, whose purpose is to indicate whether a given method is private or is public. I'm actually thinking of like, I'm thinking of how to handle this. Cause I guess cause like, yeah. Because I'm actually thinking on maybe just not adding any member that isn't private, and then the Boolean value can actually be an indicator for whether the function, the method or the property is hidden versus being private. So there's a difference between the two, in my language at least, from what I'm planning. Which is, a private member is just a member that you cannot access outside of the class, right? But if you try to use it, the program will tell you, hey, this property exists, but it's private, so you can't access it. Meanwhile, with hidden properties, with hidden members, the VM will not let you know that they exist. It will try everything to sort of keep them hidden, so you cannot access them. So it's like an extra layer of privacy. Yes, I do. Okay, so yeah, so I was working on defining the methods, because here's the thing. Technically speaking, what the fuck, Earwolf? Oh, hello there. Good to see ya. The Spanish line is of the sick. I am not of the sick, I'm just momentarily sick, okay? Shush. Okay, so here's the thing. Should I pull up? So... what should I use to? Ah, fuck it. Okay, so when we declare a class, right? I remember you asking me if I needed anyone to talk. I was having a really bad cabin fever when I was crashing outside of looking for a job. My dad is coming to visit me, so I'm feeling good. That's nice. How many times do you get sick in a week? Shut up. I just got sick 2 days ago. Okay, shush. These streams are the best, Loki. Thank you, T. Okay, so as I was explaining, when you create a class, right, you can have, properties, right? This is a property, so it's just like a class is a variable of a class. And then you can have methods, or like... no, not a cookie. What should I call it? I don't know, something. you know. And that's it, right? But here's the thing. Um, some languages, like 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 I think C sharp allows you to. I don't remember. Dart, for instance, that's where I discovered them. They have these things called getters and setters, right? So, called getters and setters. So, their entire purpose is to be similar to methods, but they get but they sort of get called automatically. You cannot call them yourself. Like, for example, if I want to access, if I create an instance of A, I can access A, the internal A, by saying, you know what, I'm gonna call it B. I'm gonna call it, you call B, B dot A, you know? I could just print it like that. And I can also call something. I can do B dot something, and I'm calling the method. But here's the thing. So, what we want is to be able to have something that acts as if it was a property, but it's in reality a method. That's what getters and setters are. So in Katane, to define a getter, it's gonna be the keyword get, right? And then it's gonna be something like, I don't know, here's the thing. I'm going to do this. I'm gonna make a private, right? Like that. And then I'm going to create a get A, which just returns, A. And then I can do something like set A, right? And it forcefully takes a singular value. And then what I can do is I can do like a value bigger equals 0. A equals, actually, yeah, I can do A equals value bigger equal than 0, value else A, right? So this allows me to control the value of A. Now here's the thing. Despite the fact that the setter looks like a method and get is also a method, you cannot call them like methods. Oh, hey there, Yelia. Welcome. Yeah, so despite the fact that they look like methods, and internally they're treated like methods, in reality, to access that A, you would do something like this, and this calls the getter. And then if I do something like BA equals 99, this calls the setter, right? So they're methods, but they don't act like methods. So I'm just patching that in. So the way in which I keep track of that, right, is that I have these things called accessors, which is have a getter and a setter for a given property. And then what I do is I just, configure stuff and I set them on the table and all that stuff. But yeah, I was working on patching the find method, sort of either transform it into an object accessor or keep it as a method. That's the way in which I can distinguish between all of them. So I already patched the part for where it already exists. So if we got here, this means that there was no member with this name. If the method is just a regular method, excuse me for a second. Let me drink some. Yeah, so if the method is just a regular method, we just stick it inside of the methods. Otherwise, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to create a new accessor, right? I have to pass. This just creates a new accessor, and then all I have to do is just check what the type of the method is. If the type is a getter, see, I don't need a bind. I just do access dot getter equal member. Oh wait, fuck. Wait. Actually. Oh. Why are you so stupid, C? Wait, this is the closure. Yeah, that's right. So I have to pass in the closure. Else, if type equals type setter, right? Just do accessor setter closure. Otherwise, which shouldn't happen. I don't know if it's my side, but the volume is low. Ah. And that fucking fell. Let's go. Can I be heard better now? Oh, my throat is dying. And I have a lot of mucus, which doesn't help. I apologize. My problem with coding are the amount of terms and different prompts that you have to type like you're doing. I don't even know where to start. Are the numbers on the far left that keep rising the script? Which numbers? That's the line. That's the line number on the file. It's a very big file. That is true. Okay. So as I was saying, if we got here, which shouldn't happen, I'm just gonna call VM panic. So like let myself know, hey, somehow we got a function that is neither a closure, not an accessor. Define method call with function that is neither a closure nor an access. Now here's the thing, theoretically that shouldn't happen. Theoretically we should never reach this line here. But you know, I added just in case I might fuck something up sometimes, and yeah. define a property. Static book. Did I add that? You know what? Initialize. Oh, beautiful. I created the find property and then I proceeded. Not. I am very smart. Anyway. Accept. No, it was get property. I wanna. Okay. Oh. Da, da, da. Okay, if you have a property or a method with catch, check we can access it. Okay, so static property. Color in anything? Yeah, so basically the coloring is to let you know at a glance what you're looking at, right? So for example, with my theme, this red mean keywords, the pink are functions and macros, and the cyan is classes. Then this sort of like light yellow are strings and function variables. And the here white are variables, or local variables, or instance property. It makes a world of difference, trust me. Syntax highlighting. It's just a very handy. Okay. Let's get property. Now here's the thing. I haven't yet checked. Now's where the fun part. But I think that's gonna be the thing is that in OP get property, no need for calling stuff. Well, that is just not true explicitly. Because of the fact that we can have, static getters. I will have to. If is access value, then we're gonna have to a little bit. So if I remember correctly, what I had to do, call method. I already have multiple both calling and all this stuff, right? Does static mean private, or is that different? It's different. So static means that a given property or method, so a member, either belongs to an instance of a class or belongs to the class itself. So basically, shit, memory screening. Oh yeah, that's right, 'cause I killed those. Now that I think about it, I need to check if that blackened object. Fuck. That's just unnecessary. Why was that there? I have to guess probably because of I had to guess probably because of an older implementation I forgot about. Alright. So I need to add a key for object accessor. This is essentially grabbing. Oh wait, yeah, right. It's a pointer. I just have to cast it. Because object is already an object. Then I just say memory mark object. And I can just mark accessor getter. So yeah, I have to cast it, but it doesn't come. We just mark a getter. So that they don't get deleted. Yo, how's your work in music life going, by the way? You were recovered from the stalker accident way back. I think I remember that. Yeah, he's doing pretty much fine. Sneeze fine. Doing alright. Thanks for asking. Okay, so that's for blackening the object. Add it. Put next to class. So all we have to do grab our accessor. It's just the object casted. You just cast the object. Hey there, Lore. How's it going? Sleep well. I see the Nakapara, yes. Um, I have the chocolate theme from Doki as my main. Now, to actually, I'm pretty curious. How do you free? Guess I just. No, wait, no. They're closed. Then I free the access. Oh, yeah. Okay, so at least the part on the PC part on the memory side is solved. Okay, so we haven't access. We have to basically pull up a value. Okay. The value took a clean. Element. Thing is, well, it all depends. I'm gonna have to, because if I call, right, calling the value does not reset. Doesn't reset virtual machine stack that I have to manually. Like, here's the thing, the only ways to have functions execute are via OP call, OP invoke, and OP super. All handle returning back the. I use call direct. Here makes sense because I have to pass in the class. But I think I can just get through with I can get through grabbing a value, you know. But like, because it's a method, the returning of the value will already be handled by OP return. OP return pops the result, right? Does a bunch of shit and then you push it back. Actually, is that correct? Okay, I think that's fine. That's fine. The result then. Yeah, it resets. But the result is pop. Actually, there is a very simple way to know how the stack is at this given time, because like I'm reading the code, you know, trying to remember how to hook up. The cool thing is I can just do bin, right? There you go, we have Katane running. So if I create a new class, that would that should be. The problem is that this is just for the. What I can do now is I can. Okay. Yeah, when it returns, when OP return happens, access F society. Fun fact, I have never finished watching Stir Robot. I think I dropped out at the 6. Maybe I should keep going. Okay, cool. So yeah, so if I have something like, I don't know, like the value's left on the stack, so there is actually no issue. So that is already handled by OP. I see. Yeah, I can see that. Being dark, it definitely gets very weird. A given point. OP get problem. It's simple. So if we have an accessor, right? I just grab the accessor. Reject accessor. As accessor value. I have no idea why this happened. Like, it just happens. I don't know how to fix it. Something with region. Okay, so now what I have to do, right? is just first I need to check if accessor's getter is null, which means there is no getter, you need to throw an exception, break out of here. It's just gonna be Kara has no static getter. Percentage S. Gonna be accessor. This makes sure that we have an access. We have a getter. If we have a getter, then we could just grab the So do we need to pass it as a val? Fuck me. Oh. Yep, property. The cool thing is that the code for OP, an entry point. What do you mean? Did I say entry point? I don't know. I've already forgotten. Okay, so call value. Argument count is always gonna be 0. And the value. I'm gonna have to object value. But that's the thing. If I turn it into an object, if I turn it into an object value, like I'm turning it into a value and then turning it back from a value. You know what? Fuck it. Just extra casting. We transform the getter code into an object. To an object value. I'll call value. If anything happens, it'll automatically handle of your stuff. Lawrence 18, give me a rundown here. This is a new programming language? Yes, settling. Yep. This is my programming language. It's called Katane. And I'm programming it. I'm adding getters and setters and private properties, static properties, that stuff. No, I just missed out the part where you were talking about the code text break. What about break? What do you want to know? Feel free to ask questions, you know, guys. I don't bite. You hard. Screw you. What does this break mean? Okay, so break is actually a specific keyword that has different functionalities depending on the case that you're in. But typically, break serves to exit some block of code. Now, if you're in the switch statement, it exits the switch statement. And if you're inside a loop, it exits the loop and just continues with the rest of the code. Hello there, is Scrim? Welcome. Let's see here. entry point typically refers to a function that it typically refers to a function that a given language or system uses to begin execution of a program. Hi, you making your own programming language? Yes, I am. It's called Katane. I'm currently working on getting getters and setters to work. I just implemented calling a getter. Oh. So yeah, call value should does the work. Think so. Very interesting, thank you. It's very fun. I like doing shit that, you know, most people don't wanna fucking Oh. So now here's the thing. That's for this is for static. Okay, so now we need to essentially redo docs. I can clean it up later. Yeah, it's here. No, wait, no, this is for property. I want to do this before I try binding method. Cool. Oh fuck. Is there a better way in which I can do this? Okay, so let me explain my slight dilemma. Okay, so in order to get the accessor, right, I have to go into I have to do a hash table access because all of that is stored in a hash table, right? The thing is that bind method, the way in which it works is it actually tries to fetch the code from the tries to get the code from the hash table, right? Thing is, I really don't want to do a duplicate hash table lookup because that is slow depending on your implement. Like Perl hash tables, like it's faster than many other forms of doing things, but it is still slow. It is still one of the points where you have performance penalties. What I think is I'm just going to abuse of bind method. So yeah, I'm going to, so since bind method, right, already, one, grabs the method entry from the hash table, and two, verifies that you can access the member. I'm just gonna hook this up here, right? And if it's an accessor, instead of binding the method, we're just gonna call the method. So technically no longer binds the method only, but fuck it. Sucks to be you, I guess. the condition is backwards. Because this means that we handled exception. Am I learning? Yeah, sure. Pretty sure you are. No? Like, I don't even know. This is now return true. Let's make a semicolon. Everything seems good. Now if we find an accessor and we have a valid getter, we're just gonna call it and then push and just push the value into the stack, which is then gonna get used by the code. I learned how to play most of Code Pub with no doing complex sweeps and fast skills is like my final boss. Been obsessed over that for almost a year now. It's kind of like a Sudoku puzzle. Sudoku is a really stupid hard guitar solo context. It's not stupidly hard. It's just hard. As all of my teachers at the music conservatory like to say, music doesn't know about difficulty. Change the error message there. Cool. So, get properties actually pretty much done. It's actually pretty cool. Now we have to work set property. This is gonna be so fucking. Essentially, have to start over again. So first, we want to check if we have a class, right? Because here's the thing. Stack 1 at position 1, actually at position 0 have the value. At position 1, the receiver. So peeking at position 1 is looking at the on the stack. Actually, I think check them. Because here's the thing, we have to check it. We have that I believe OP check. I'll look into it later. Okay, so OP set property. First we have to handle if we have a class, then that means it's static. And if it's static, then we just have to start. You can just copy this, but instead of being an object instant, have a object data. I'm gonna get going now, but it's always nice to see you next stream if I make it. See ya, T. Hope you're doing well. Feel free to like share the stream. You know, it helps me out. Yeah. See you next stream. No. Not T. Thinking about it. Okay. Oh, hey there, Latin Rasputin. Welcome. Nice to see ya here. Why is my model friend? Why the fuck does that happen? I seriously do not understand how that happens, but it just always happens. Alright. Okay, so here's the thing. If we have an element that okay, I'm gonna invert it. Basically, if we do have a given property, right, in static property, I'm gonna call T. Oh, that's cool, actually. Cool. This is something that I need to keep in mind. This is something very important that I have to keep in mind. Otherwise, the type checking system will not work. Yeah. the way in which this works, right, is that if I have pass in the string, why am I calling it string? Just call it name. It's the name of the property. Talking. Okay, so basically, if I do have a static property, I just set it to the given value. I pop the value. I pop the class instance, and then I push the value again, which is very important. That is extremely important because later for OP set property, I actually have a very specific have a specific operation which is called OP check type, which peeks into the last value that is on the stack and verifies that it has a valid object type descriptor, and then checks the types. Oh, okay, good. That's very important. Now, and then here I can just already did all. Otherwise, if we do not have it on static property, try to get an access any value. And now, if not get, if table get returns false if there wasn't a valid value. Not table get. Oh, which is gonna be Kata's active method, and the key which that has the address access right in there. We didn't find it, and we're just gonna throw error. Type is gonna property there. False. Kata percentage has no static access. No static member percentage S. Yeah, because if we got here, this means that it didn't exist. It didn't exist in static properties nor on static methods. Otherwise, we break. Oh, hey there, Aqua. How's it going? Nice to see you here. So now, if we got here, this means that there is an accessor or a method. So now what we have to do, check we actually have an accessor, right? If not is accessor, so I'm gonna call this value. That because later I'm gonna have to turn the axis actual axis. Cool. So if value is not an accessor, that means that it is an actual method, right? Exception. Property. False. Cannot assign to I just realized I was missing. Cut out class name first. Pretty much the same thing, but inverse. Katane, you're doing well. Cool. Not assigned to. Because obviously you cannot assign to a method. If we throw exception will return false if user code did not catch the exception. Have to manually return out of the the runtime error. And I pass in null because the thing is, runtime error is a macro that just wraps around the Katane interpret result, which has an interpret result and then a value. Possible value. Just gonna. Because otherwise, we did handle all the code. So the C code shouldn't keep on going here. You should skip over to the next instruction, which is not gonna be back frame. All frame. Usually the error frame. So now if we got here, we know that we have an accessor, so I can just pass it object access. Right. Now I have it as an access. I can check if accessor setter equal, then we're going what's a percentage as. There's no static setter for otherwise. Here's where it gets slightly more complex. In theory, it should be fine. Now, what I have to need to call value again. because everything is actually already properly set. I just need to call value again. Handle. Handle the shit. Now, call value better. And the argument counts is gonna be that in mind. At the top. I actually think now what I'm gonna have to actually I have to still ups just wait, but OP return shouldn't. Ups the result. Causes you have values and all that stuff. It doesn't. When it comes up. Okay, so basically, so that you understand, I'm trying to sort of understand how everything is going to be positioned on the stack, you know? Because I think that I'm going to have to up. Yeah. Because I think I'm accidentally... So here's the thing. I think I am accidentally leaving instant. Might be leaving instances on I'm supposed. You know what? Let's look at Katane. Wait. Huh? Dude, that's opium. Let me try doing. Mark. How's opium? That pushes. Return ops at the end. I think I might be fine. If you look at the state of the stack, right? When we return, stack gets OP return gets rid of the instance on the stack. That's actually pretty buggered. Okay. So I think it might be I think the stack might be fine. I'm thinking. I think. Never mind. I'm thinking. The getter, right? Call value. Getter and sure if I have access. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Can I even compile? I'm not even sure if I. You know what? You know what? Okay, let's do this. Let's just finish the code, and then I'll look at the stack, and if it breaks, it breaks. It's like if you look here, I pop a puppy value, which I am assuming. Yeah, so I pop the value, and then I pop again, right? You pop the instance, and then push only the value. What I don't understand is if call value or does that for me. That's what I don't. What I'm trying to understand. So, you know what? I'm just gonna. This is gonna be. Well, not at the event. Knife. What do you mean instance has? What did I call it? Huh? Wait, what? Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Instances don't own their methods. All of the method code is in the class. And when an instance of a class tries to run things, does it is via this. That okay, yeah. So basically, basically the way in which it works is that the code for methods in a class stay inside of the class. And the way in which we invoke a method or call a method with the instance is by setting the instance to be the first element in the slot and get binded to a special variable that's called this. That's why. Sure. How to do that. See if we have a method. No, that's. Instance kata. We do not have access. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. I accidentally clicked the fucking update button. Oh, go fuck yourself. All of my asses are gonna disappear, by the way. Going to fucking load already, you stupid piece. Because the fucking message is here and I was moving this to be able to look around, and no, it fucking throws me into this shit. Also, thank you for undoing my fucking editor size. Fuck you, VS Code. Fuck you. Like, all I wanted to do was move this stupid fucking bar. And that just triggers the update. Go fuck yourself. How about that? How you go fuck yourself? Fuck yourself. And turn access. Turn. Access. Reception. PM. Operating. Fuck, shut up. Kata percentage S has no setter S. Hence kata has name. String. Passing no total. Ah, fuck me. That's why mass replacements are fucking nice. I wanna. Okay. Where do I? Two. Hey, you know what? Well, we'll see what happens on the stack. It's very hard for me to write the stack in my. I'll just have it run. Doesn't work properly. I just. It doesn't work properly. Probably. Okay, well. I don't even know. Sure how you. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I have to. From a bygone era. It's much stupid. What OP map? Was OP map up? It calls the find method. Up. S. Find method. Method. Not good. That's. Actually. Now to think about it. Yeah, because I have OP define. Mark. Written the code right. But each chunk. And the opcode. Yeah, there you go. OP mark private. I have define set and OP define. Here's the thing, I can use OP mark private. And I can use OP mark compiler. The compiler, and I can just push it. I can just edit, right? Or OP. The way in which this is gonna work. That's yeah. Let me look at. Okay. Oh, the here already. Pick an arc private. And I will look at the company instant. Pass. am. The problem with the find method that it pops the element from the stack. Do I need it to be on this? Here's the thing, I do need it to. Need the name. Well, yeah, the find method still has to. Okay. So what I'm gonna do with mark private is that it's just going grab the name. Then it's going to write okay. Let me look at the stack. Okay, so the function is at 0. The class is at 1. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that's in the okay. It's like an actual code. Kata hyphen. Okay, so basically this one is gonna be in the key that they're already. Actually, now that I think about it, I shouldn't even worry about it. If there was a duplicate, it'll get handled by OP. I actually don't. Reference. You're just gonna. Now. Evaluate. I'm gonna set to false. Because. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, all of the other has to check if it's private. Yeah, because like for example, OP get property checks only checks can access memory. Can access memory just tries to get the element. If we if it exists in private members, that means that it is private. Generally do. Actually, I could maybe do something like Katane value, right? Value. I could call it hidden. Boolean. So this one is gonna tell me if we can access it. And is hidden is just going to whether or not value. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. True. And I'm going to say the reference hidden. Or yet, actually, you know, think about it. Instead of creating a manual is private and is hidden to it. I can just is hidden. Try to write to it. Yeah. That return. This way. If as bool. Percentage s, hot percentage s. So if the property is hidden, we don't want to let developer know that that exists. Hot percent, actually. Actually, fun. Like, obviously, you don't want to. better yet, people can access the not can access, not access false. And as cool. So this way, I either whether the method if the method doesn't exist or it does exist, but we are not allowed to access it, and it's marked as hidden. We just later I'll fix up the compiler so that. I could probably create like a second X. We'll see. In here it's making a there aren't that many. Have I been? Have to. But yeah, I just want to try to see if I can get this hooked up. Nothing. Cool. And they get close. Now I have. Actually, fun fact, I can add a blue orb. Oh, yeah, but that's for compiler method. I can actually add a boot. See, I'm gonna add a for the feed. Now I'm gonna. Yep. Please. Right. Oh, I can do before. I want to see if I equal. Stuff. Me in. Put this in a poverty. In poverty plus the need. Okay. Cool. So if is private, okay. Either emit byte long private. Oh, so this singular line of code is just going to be everything as here it's and in we'll see. I can create a bool, right? It's private. I set it to and I initialize it to and then if I match a token private at private as is now I have a token. Oh, I can add it. I'm gonna add it right now. I just want to get it to come. Gotta get the combo animation plugin. Maybe. Why not? It's so silly and probably distracting, but hope you're well. Thanks, Sar. How are you, by the way? Nice to see ya. Haven't seen ya in a while. This is wrong, actually. Taylor. And I pass. And easy. There you go. And here I do more or less the same. Tyler Setter. Otherwise. What's it? Oh. It's actually pretty cool. This is handle. I'm curious, will it compile? I don't think it will. Make clean and then make. And fuck. Okay, it's because of naming issues. I'm doing well, just busy. Gonna set up to redo the thing on the house today. What can you tell me of what you're working on? So I'm actually working on my own programming language. It's called Katane. And yeah, I'm trying to implement a few stuff. I'm trying to get it to compile right now. I can do like a... Oh. That is another plan. Why are you Alright. Change the channel. I don't use these anymore in the VM. Well, no, I actually don't. I just think I can just get. I'm not gonna face. Yep. Hey, what are you talking about? Yeah, I replaced the name. It's literally not complete. Maybe it wasn't saved. Like, the decoration of fun. Yeah, that's right. This is for... You know what? Fuck it. Now... Actually, yeah, no, let's... I'm actually gonna patch it out, and it's gonna fall back to hash point. This is for a hash map. For the built-in hash map implement. That just makes it's just for the built-in map data type. And it failed. Use it. It's the next again. Error assignment. Object content. Parable point. I'll use my own. Yeah, okay, so they're pointers. Wait, I'm a dumbass. I was turning them from references into pointer references. Beautiful. I never really got into coding. Had an info tech class that had us learn some stuff. Was always more of an electronics, mechanical, and structure-based person, so my electronics suffered some due to some proportional conversion math I couldn't quite wrap my head around at the time. Somehow, programming is not that hard, you know? Actually, if you like structure-based stuff, programming is great for you. You should give it another try. Now it should work, actually. Now it shouldn't be in... Fuck you. What? Sure. It's only one class type. I have no... Learning to... I think this was supposed to... I'm going to kill someone. The worst part is, it's giving me 0 warnings. It's like, why? Wait. Okay, cool. Good. Huh? Not happening. What? Beautiful. Beautiful. I have to check your reference. What happens when you do things, you know, when you make too many big changes, up fucking shit up, and you end up having to fucking clean up your house. There's some things I'm considering named to COVID so long. But if you were like me, I definitely. I don't mean to brag, but I've been a programming. Right, as here I accidentally forgot to convert as please be a motherfucker. What's the declaration of where did I? Yeah, it's true. I had it opposite. Please tell me that is. Please tell me that. Huh? Huh? What? Huh? Why did you fail? Wait, what? No, it just says LD returned 5 exit status. What? Huh? Oh, you're the way that you are. So it does build. Just it just returns a 5 an exit status of 5. I'm not particularly sure why. That's compile. You know what? Let's hope for the best. Huh? What? What's going on? It's not saying shit to me. It had been working perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden, it no longer is working. Really? was the moment where it turns out to be like. Oh, yeah. This means I have to get rid of map. Goodbye, map. You use map though. Right, actually, you know what? Here, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna turn them in box. That's it. So how are you guys holding up? I am suffering a little. Trying to get this. It's not fun to me. But especially dealing with the fucking C compilers. But hey, it didn't crash now, so go! Woo! Let's go! Katane is running. Okay. And he crashed. This unknown operation code. Okay, it's probably. Yeah, if you look. It's in debug. Please. theoretically not crash. And it crashed. Let's run GD. Beautiful segmentation fall. In find entry. Here to a little suffering is good. This much, maybe not. Definitely. But imagine the payoff. The payoff would be pretty poggers. The problem is that as with everything, I am at the point where I have to debug the shit out of my code. You would be surprised how fucking easy it is to just accidentally break your like magical. Okay. That happens in VM, and it happens in VM at line 2360. Just detail. I just realized I didn't end up. I'm curious. Then it calls table set, right? Table set is defined here. That has file entry. I can see it does find entry. Maybe I'm not initializing it. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe private members is never getting initialized. And last meet. There we fucking go. There it fucking is. I wasn't initializing the fucking private members table. And so it was crashing on me. Yeah. That should fix it, actually. That should. It was just that. It was just that. It's I forgot to initialize it. Close. Let's go! That worked. That actually fucking worked. That just worked. I've seen some memes / rants, a misplayed semicolon, or even once an invisible no text something. Don't think it was a space. Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you do forget semicolons, but like, very often times, abnormal. Oh no, the dreaded semicolon. No, you guys, he fucking forget your semicolon happens all. For me, it's fucking initializing them. Okay, so let's not sing victory. Let's try to access B. Let's go! Fuck you! I'm so fucking happy. That worked. That actually worked. Let me do this. I'm gonna create a new. I'm gonna create a private mochi B, and I'm gonna initialize it to nothing. I'm gonna call Katane. I'm gonna call A. A should initialize B. I'm gonna create method. Into B. All it's gonna do. Now I'm gonna add a getter. It's gonna be called C. A setter. Value. Let's do. Fuck! Wait, what? Oh, you're kidding. Let's become again. rematch. Who can get it? Very obvious then. How do you see it? Why am I starting the toe at all? Oh yeah, because it was other than that. But I don't need it. Let's see. Let us see. That is not being properly. That is not being properly parsed. Scanner of K. Oh, okay. That explains it all. I forgot to hook it up in the scanner. My fucking idiot. Okay. F G G spec keyword. Now we need to S. S is gonna be fun. It's E and check key 2 set. You have private. I mean, yeah, I don't know why I checked it. Otherwise, it wouldn't have run. Then I need to recompile again. Go. You can see this is the true programming experience. Lion Rage, yes, very much so. I don't like it when things. Let's try it. Private. G. Is not B. Printer. I call it. Why? Gonna return. Gonna create a. You know, fuck! I called it a. Fuck me. I thought. Private. And. What it's gonna do is not return new anonymous lambda. Simply we're gonna have a setter called actually a getter. Get setter Value. Value. Now I start. You know, that is not gonna work either. Forget. Value. Fuck me. Expected expression at line 5. Oh, that's right. It's because I forgot to. Expected expression at line 5. Get an expression. That is true. It's not expression, it's keyword. And then in field again. Let's go! Okay, so let's test getters inside. Okay. If I try to access B, it's not gonna let me. But if I try to access E, I did not know. Any object. What did you do? Yeah. Okay. Because a object has 0 sense. Find method. That's right. I think right. Oh, I'm so fucking. Him. I wasn't adding it to the table of methods. Wasn't adding the accessory, so it wasn't getting created. I'm aware of the adjust export. Yes. Oh, fucking annoying. I wish there was a better way. Sadly, me, not fair. Huh? If you reach for this, but I don't even let you touch it. So it's not getting properly bound. I get it now. Yes. I'm calling all value, right? Value. All value only see. Right. Like invoke off. No. Have to. Wait, there's invoke. Wait, let me look at this. Oh, not having it. Guess that was for me. Actually, I didn't. I don't know why it isn't. Ugh. That's the. There. As you can see, it doesn't. Oh, actually. So that's invoke. Okay, it's best to what the heck? Then it calls call value the value, but that's the value too. Negative argument count minus. That's if it's in property. Cool. Not sure what is going on here. I have to go now. Alright, I'll fix it later. But yeah, alright. Well, hello. Oh, hello there, Mirai 60. Nice to meet you. Is this Python programming? No, it's actually my own programming language, which is called Katane. Wow, okay, my model gov. Alright. So, thank you guys. Bye. Bye. Thank you guys for coming by for showing up on my. I wanted to know if you'd be up for Portal sometime. Sure. Sure. So I'm not particularly sure, like, what else to Portal related. I don't know if there are, like, worth it. But hey, if you want to, always join the Discord server. Share stuff with me. Alright. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching my stream. Yeah, appreciate it. Feel free to. I'll be seeing you guys later.